Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. As always, we are grateful to see you guys. If you haven't checked out evolutionaryenergyarts.com, please do. Learn more about us and what we do when we're not doing videos. You know, our point of view, again, we're unique. I see people making comments like, where's your source of information? Again, we do things a little different. We are, number one, trance channels and non-trance channels. I should say, Cindy, is we do receive information from our guides. We also do, as everybody that's probably following this channel, varying degrees, will do a lot of deep research. We have decades and decades worth of research. And, you know, again, primarily, though, what we hold the most, what holds the most weight to us is really the information that we're getting from our guides. And I think what people have to learn to do in this time is to feel into something, sense. We should be able to, at this point in time, understand, when a politician speaks, the politician lies. It's just the way it is in this world. This world is all about hiding things and covering things up, sweeping them under the rug, or quickly, quietly taking something out the back door while everybody's looking out the front door.
So when we see things in this world and they're just not adding up, they're making zero sense. Some things that happen in the weather, things that happen to other people, things that happen in Congress, we find out the truth in different ways. That's how I feel that we use our channeling, because certain things happen and there's no way that could be justified. It's okay. Somebody's doing something, so we go around that node and find the resource of the true information.
Yes, absolutely. So obviously we don't trust the mainstream media. We'll look at what they throw out there. We don't trust politicians. We don't trust anybody that's trying to sell us anything. We do trust some of the spirits that we talk to. We do talk to the dead. We'll talk to nature spirits. We'll talk to all sorts of different beings. We've had intercommunications with non-terrestrial beings as well. If you've been following the channel for the 8 years that we've been running, we've encountered a lot of different entities. And again, this is our Patreon. We couldn't do things without you guys. There are exclusives that go up on Patreon. There's also memberships on YouTube where you can see exclusives as well. I want to just basically give a quick update on a few things that are transpiring as we are at a key junction point. Today is a very significant day, not just because it's the 4th of July, because of some quote-unquote prophecies that have been given. There's a confluence of so many different timelines right now that are nudging each other to see which one's going to manifest, and it's really up to our collective consciousness to choose where we want to go in this reality. Meanwhile, here in Texas, intense flash flooding overnight into central Texas. Guadalupe River overflowed, impacting communities like Kerrville, Centerpoint, Ingram, Comfort. There has been reportedly loss of life. Please do send out your prayers and positive energies to anybody that is perhaps in trouble at this point in time. Be saved, be found, and be brought to safety. So when you look at this is the highest flooding that we've seen going back to 1987 when there was a devastating flood. The river surged to reported 34 feet in just a few hours after 7 to 10 inches of rain, nearing record levels. Why are we seeing all these record floods all over the world again, it seems, especially since 2017? It really does. It seems like everything changed then. By the way, it is 1:46 a.m. in Tokyo. Just want you to know that, because everybody and their friends and relatives and family members, they've all been making tons of videos talking about Ryo Tatsuki's prophecy of July 5th, 2025. And Ryo Tatsuki is a manga artist that predicted this disaster based on a dream, claims the ocean floor between Japan and the Philippines will crack, leading to a massive tsunami 3 times higher than the one from the 2011 Tohoku earthquake. This prediction has sparked panic and led to decline in bookings around July 5th. So this is something that was published first in 1999 Wow, fascinating to see this. She does have some history. She has made correct prophecies before. But the key to take in mind is, again, when you have like 20-something years in between having a vision and, now, there's so much possibility that the timeline may have been averted or changed. It may have been just nudged a little bit. I mean, it could be that it may now be off by hours, days, weeks, months, years, or it may never even happen.
And I think, that could have been the reason why she was given that prophecy, because it's not an easy thing when you are given a horrible vision with a date and a time. I mean, what do you do with that? I've kind of been put in that situation, and in my case, I told people because it could have been maybe we did avert a timeline, and that was my hope. You never want to put the information out just to scare the bejeebies out of people. That's not why you put the information out, but you do feel a sense of karmic responsibility if you get the information. That's what I see that she was trying to do.
Yeah, I don't think you receive a vision to just bury it.
Right.
That doesn't feel right. No, you want to put it out there that there's something that could happen, but you want to get everybody manifesting a positive outcome. Meanwhile, here you see Japanese authorities urge residents of Akuse-Kijima Island to evacuate after another strong earthquake struck the region on July 3rd, yesterday. The latest in a series of more than 1,000 quakes recorded since June 21st, which is the day of the solstice, which was the ending of that treaty that was in place in our minds for maybe about 500 years. So we're in a different place at this point in time. And really anything could happen. I mean, that's the bottom line. I do think we're in timelines right now that are almost uncharted in so many ways. So, when you have a swarm going on in the area where somebody made a prophecy 26 years ago of a great quake coming today in a matter of 3.5 hours, you're going to pay attention. You should pay attention, especially if they have a history. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. But at the same time, just be aware. Now, you have at least 15 people dead. Polar air mass brings record low temperatures to Argentina, Chile, and Uruguay. That's the thing, is the extremes. They seem to be increasing. And this is some of the area that we've been talking about with the giants, Patagonia. Fascinating area down there. Again, we send prayers and best wishes for everybody down in that area, that they be safe. Again, call on your angels, call on your guides, call on the spiritual realm. Envision a bubble of protection around you. And that really does have a big effect on keeping you safe.
It does. When you are able to build your light and create a bubble, that's the best thing that you can do given any situation.
Meanwhile, you have the Trump administration deploying 200 Marines to Florida to help support ICE deportation raids. And of course, there's more protests lined up across the country in this tug of war that has been going on geopolitically. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley waged a years-long fight in both chambers of Congress to revive and expand the 1990 Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, RECA. Now, as part of this one big, beautiful bill, it will provide aid to today's continued victims of WW2 and Cold War era nuclear radiation. We know firsthand people that were in areas that were exposed to high radiation levels, and some of you guys listening are some of the people that were exposed to high levels of radiation in places that you most likely felt very, very safe and comfortable, and our government's never going to do anything to harm us. Oh, look deep into the history. It happens time and time and time again. U.S. disabilities from the Bureau of Labor Statistics broke out to another new high in June, adding 138,000 onto May's 739,000. This is a monthly survey and not tied to claims. So what are we seeing? We're seeing more and more people that are disabled, more and more people facing health challenges. In fact, this is a tsunami that is really ready to engulf us in so many ways. from all the people that have had certain heart issues in recent years to rampant turbo cancers. There's a lot of awakening going on the planet. This over here is a poll that shows Californians are ready to govern themselves. And we've showed different polls over the years showing, states ready to secede from the USA. And of course, it's that political division that just seems to be going to the extremes until it's going to end up blowing up with some sort of disintegration. Maybe you will have states leaving. But again, you have over here 44% of Californians would vote for peaceful legal secession. Now, 54% would vote against it. So it's almost a 50-50 toss-up. And according to that one particular survey, happy Friday, guys. Get out there and celebrate. It's probably warm. Hopefully it's nice, comfortable, wherever you guys are. This little guy, he's ready to celebrate. Yeah, share a little love. Again, we can't condemn others for not quite the same species here. I mean, again, show love where it is at. And, the world would be a much better place if we made friends with those that are a little different than us and, took care of ourselves, self-grooming. Hey, it was challenging taking a shower after surgery. But boy, it feels good to be clean again. That's for sure. This little guy, he's just enjoying himself. He's got a great spot, gonna be enjoying the sea and the sunshine, and he's doing a little self-massage there. This little guy, he's like, well, I don't have a river, I don't have a lake, but we're gonna compensate. I got a hot tub, and when he has gas, he has himself a good little jacuzzi going. So get out there, live your best life, and enjoy.
Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.